Shift gears now. Another major headline this morning. President Biden has laid out his nearly $7 trillion budget proposal, including a plan to increase taxes on corporations and the wealthy while increasing spending on the military and programs for the poor and middle class. But in a divided Congress, it's highly unlikely to pass as is. NBC News Chief White House correspondent Kristen Welker has more.
In battleground Pennsylvania, President Biden unveiling his sweeping budget proposal, calling for major tax hikes on the wealthy and increased spending.
My budget's going to give working people a fighting chance. It's going to create good-paying jobs.
Still, with divided government, that plan is dead on arrival, with Republicans staunchly opposed to any new tax increases. But Mr. Biden's proposal likely a blueprint for his battle plan against Republicans in his expected 2024 re-election bid.
MAGA Republicans all voted to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. They voted to get rid of it over 50 times since Barack passed it.
The $6.8 trillion plan calls for protecting Social Security and shoring up Medicare by raising taxes on the wealthiest Americans, including increasing penalties on oil and gas companies, imposing a billionaire tax of 25%, and hiking the corporate tax rate from 21 to 28%. And it includes record spending on the military and increasing funding for social programs like early childhood education and childcare. But Republicans blasting it as a reckless tax and spend plan.
What does this budget do? Raise more taxes, spends more money, creates probably the biggest government we've ever seen in the history of the United States.
The president's plan also an attempt to revive his standing. In our latest NBC News poll, just 36% say they approve of his handling of the economy, and just 32% say they are enthusiastic or comfortable with him running for office again.
Joining us now, White House reporter for the Wall Street Journal, my friend Ken Thomas. Ken, thanks for being on set with us here in Washington. So, as just discussed, the Republican Congress is not going to just give this rubber stamp. So what are some things that the Biden administration is really going to fight for? What are the priorities here?
I think a big priority is protecting Medicare and Social Security. The president has been talking about that as a real line in the sand. I think the other key thing here is that this is really going to be a fight over claiming that mantle of fiscal responsibility. The president is talking about the deficit reduction that he has in the works, and he's almost trying to get Republicans to jump on that ship, but also provide revenue. I mean, I think that's really where this is going to break down. The White House wants to raise revenue by raising taxes on the wealthy, corporations, investors, and that's a non-starter for Republicans. So I think if there's any takeaway from yesterday is how far apart the two sides are at the start of this process.
Yeah, it's definitely a messaging budget, more so than one that could actually get passed. And we know the president's fond of saying budgets reflect priorities. And it does feel like it's a gauntlet here for Republicans as this president's, we expect to, in the next few months, announce about 2024. He's really putting the onus on the GOP and say, hey, let's see what you can do about this on the campaign trail.
Right, and that's the advantage that the White House has right now. They're working with a vacuum. It's very unclear at this point when the Republicans will provide their own budget. I think it's going to be a matter of weeks. And what was interesting yesterday in Philadelphia, we heard the president say, I want to make clear I'm ready to meet with Kevin McCarthy tomorrow if you have a budget proposal. Let's, put our two proposals side by side. Let's compare them and go from there. So, the White House is, the president's going to be on the West Coast next week. We're going to hear him talking about this proposal. And I think this setting that we saw him in yesterday in a Union Hall in Philadelphia is going to be replicated in the weeks ahead, making the case for his agenda.
Yeah, we certainly noted on air yesterday that it was unusual for a president to deliver the budget outside of the White House. There's nothing unusual for this president about going to a Union Hall, particularly one in Philadelphia where he is all the time. Lastly, though, of course, shadowing all of this, Ken, is the looming fight over the debt ceiling. And, it certainly there's no meeting between McCarthy and Biden on the White House schedule today. How do you see that playing out in the months ahead as the president? He went first with his budget. We'll hear from the GOP soon enough.
It's going to be a looming looming issue for the next few months. This is likely something that they're going to have to deal with by, say, the end of July. Typically, the budget fights on spending are more in the August or early September range. And so, I think we're going to see just, a lot of loggerheads over the next few months. And, I was talking to a senior Democrat last week about this, and he was noting that one of the off-ramps that you typically have is the creation of some kind of blue ribbon commission. Mm-hmm. We saw it in 2010 with Simpson Bowles. And the question now, though, is in this new House Republican majority, is something like that acceptable? Are they willing to, more or less punt the football a bit and create a commission and take those recommendations? It's hard to see that being palatable right now.
To at least some of the Republican voices, because you're right. There's nothing more Washington than a blue ribbon commission. White House reporter for the Wall Street Journal, Ken Thomas, great to see you, my friend.